Hello, hello. Good morning. So, today I have a big goal, right? I want to make computers happen, but I also want to do the power plant, or redo the power plant. Like, this back here, this needs to go. I heavily dislike this. So we are going to do better, right? We are just going to do better, and that's what I would like to start with. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Let's not jump into the spicy rocks though. There we go, let's go around. And let's make sure. Do you know what? I never took care of this, right? Let's take care of this right now. It's gonna bother me if I don't. Ow. Whoops. There we go. It needs to happen at some point anyways, right? There we go. Let's just take care of it. Ooh, there it is. Okay. Alright. So, the power plant, right? I figured, do you know what? We should just use 600 crude oil, plop down 20 generators, let that start cooking, and then we will be able to dismantle the 10 that I put up last time. I really don't enjoy how that has turned out. However, we have so much space down here, and we have an oil node there, one up here. Do you know what I should check? If this is a pure one down here, we might just use this one and save the other oil node for something else. Yeah, that's also pure. So might just use this one then. That's fine. There we go. Let's take care of the wildlife here. Alright, so yeah, I think I'm just going to use this one. And then we still have another one left over, right? That we can use. Ooh. Okay, I need to find... I really don't want to use a pump for this, right? But I might have to. Do you know what? We are just going to use the one above. I think that's the one I intended to use anyways. So that's all good. And then we can just use... yeah, the same height over here. That sounds good. That sounds really good. And who knows? It'll take long enough. We probably will have our modular engines done. Right, so that could be quite cool. Alright, let's set this up somewhat correctly here. Yeah. That works, right? Yeah, that works. Okay. I might need to go back to grab more concrete at some point, but that's a-okay, right? And then yeah, the oil node back at base. We're going to use that for some plastic to get yeah, to just use for the whatchamacallit, the computers, as well as the smokeless powder, right? The smokeless powder I definitely want, because I would like to get the rifle at some point soon, right? We will get some research done, and that just sounds good. So, where do we bring in our oil. Probably also around here then. Would make a whole bunch of sense. And we did unlock the Mark II pipes last time, right? So, yeah, just really want to use those. Ah, it's right here. Yeah, that lines up pretty neatly. I just bring this over. And then at some point, right, at some point we need to go down. Either just there or here. Yeah, that works. I'm fine with that. And here doesn't quite connect yet. So it's just a 1 meter gap. Nope, that's not quite where I wanted it. It's fine. Allows me to set this up. Okay, so then let's make sure that this oil extractor is set up correctly. There we go. 600 per minute. Alright, that's what this Mark II pipeline can handle, right? So let's get a support going. Oh, I never bought the wall supports, did I? Ooh. Do you know... don't think I can bring this all the way down. Yeah, that pipe is too long. I do have the wall supports. Okay, so... just somewhere like that in the middle there, right? And then... yes, okay. That's good, that's good. This is the crude oil, so let's make sure I have a little bit of a color code again. Alright. Back up we go. Might have to do something here, but that's okay. For now, the ladder is all we realistically need, right? So, all good. At some point we will have to bring the power over, of course. So let's just take care of that. Let's take care of more wildlife while we are here. Yeah, can hear. Can hear cats. That's not good. Yeah. Let's now grab ourselves the pipe. There we go. And horizontal to vertical. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So now maybe curve will be the best. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Let's go for curve then. Alright. So now all of the oil is coming down. And this is where we can have a little bit of fun with how we set this up. Hopefully. Alright, so what I was thinking, right? I did prepare some fuel refineries. We're going to need 10 of those, and I figured it would probably be nice to have like 2 sets of 5 maybe. Yeah, just to save a little bit on space, right? So it's still going to use a lot of space, don't get me wrong. But that's just how it goes, right? It's fine, I can build one of them there. Have another blueprint here. And also here, and then let's dismantle one of those. Yeah, and just redo this pipe at some point. That's fine, right? So I have to get rid of a couple of things here, but that's fine. Like so. Bring this beam over. This one over as well. Still here. Good. Connect these up. And connect these up. Right. And then also connect those. And if we take a quick look, we can see that works. Right. We don't really need a Mark II pipe here, because we will only produce like 200 on each side, right? 200 fuel. And I think I want to have 2 different pipes. Could have also just combined these 2, right? Both sides. But speaking of both sides, need to now find space. Spacing is probably decent, I would assume. Like that. So yeah, let's just go ahead. Oh. There we go. Like that, so far so good. Get over. And bring this one over. This can go. Pick those up, and these guys as well. Alright. And then we will just have good old merger line. To here. And they can merge here. That's fine. Let's have an awesome sink here. Okay. Just merge all of these up. Oh, there we go. Need to be a little bit careful here. There we go. So everything works out the way it should, right? These will all merge, that's perfectly fine. These can connect up like this. Pipe in between here. In between here. Okay. That will produce all the fuel that we need. So, the big question now is this enough space here, right? Or no? It should be, at least I hope so. If not, I'll be in a little bit of trouble. But yeah, let's find out. It should be okay. A creature is in the way. Aha. There's multiple creatures here. No! Get away! Walk. You had to stand still there, didn't you? Walk away, please. Thanks. Move, please. Sorry. But at some point, that definitely had to happen, right? Okay, so now we need to figure out how we want to place 20 fuel gens, right? Oh boy, let's have a quick... Yeah, we could go with just 10 and overclock them, which might be the better call here. Right, if you all overclock them to 200% basically. That might work out a little bit better. Here we go. Because 5 should be doable in a line here. Oh, no! And if you want to line them up in a way, maybe just like this. Have one there. And then... Let's just do this, yeah. 3, 4, and 5. Could I get 5 more in a row? Probably not. Probably not, okay. It's a bit sad, but it's okay. Here, let's push those. Do I need to push them back? No, that's fine. Right, yeah. There it is. 3, 4. And the 5th one, definitely not enough space to do 10 in a row. Which is okay, right? That is okay. We don't really need to. Let's think about something else though. There is, if I remember correctly, the catwalk intersections, yeah, those snap to those. So we might be able to have a walkway that goes in between those, but the spacing is a little bit different. So I guess these guys need to go a little bit further back. Just a tad bit, right? Oh. Ah, yeah, I want to add one more of those. That should work, right? If we take this closer now. That would be the spacing we could do. Alright, now... Yeah, okay. It's okay, that's going to work, right? It's like 4 of those in between. Yeah. Uh-huh. Do I want this? That's the other question, right? Do I even want this? But like, this is just one Or is it 2 notches? I think it's 2. Oh, dang it. Now I'm not sure. Yeah, it's 2. Okay. There we go. I might just continue so long as... Oh! It says it clips, but it shouldn't. That's fine, right? And then we can have, like, the ones with these guys. These can go and clip... Ah, they clip through, that's not cool. They clip through on this side? A little bit. But that could work. Okay. That is a decent plan. Now we just can use... yeah, the ones on these sides. To find the correct spacing on these as well. Like so. Now... yes, okay. But you can even connect those up in between if you want to. I like it. Works. We'll see. I don't know if I will keep that. It is a good idea though to... actually, now that I'm thinking about it, right. There is a little gap in between, so I'm not too sure. I'm really not too sure about this. Could have also just used the T-junction right here, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay. So now... we can actually just use these guys, right? Yeah. Just bring them along. That'll be fine. Good. Ah, just turned around for some reason. And why? These guys are all correct. Which means we can just connect those up. There we go. Perfect. Let's do the same thing on the other side. And we need to make sure, do I have... yeah, I do have enough power shards, that shouldn't be a problem. We'll just set those to 200%. Yeah, that does work. Perfect. Can just copy paste the power shards in. I like it. And then obviously the other power plant I built yesterday, no, the day before yesterday, back at home base, I will just tear that down, and I'm gonna use this for some plastic for the computers. Then we should be set up, basically, because we are bringing in, or we should be bringing in enough silica already, which is good. So far, so good. There we go. Now this could also just be, yeah, I don't know why I did it differently on that side. Let's do it in the same way. There we go. And we could... ah. Now this is interesting, isn't it? The height is very weird. So yeah, I'm not sure if I should keep this or not. For now, we leave it as it is. That's okay. Right, so let's grab ourselves a connector. Set those up. There we go. Same on the other side. Very good. Okay, now one thing that has to happen. Need to connect those up. Or else it will be very problematic, won't it? And we also need to make sure cough mute there. There we go. These are connected, and as we bring this over as well. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Watch it here. This around, and I think I want to do it like this. Yeah. That might look a little weird, and also could no, we can do this way differently if we want to. As I'm thinking about it, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna leave it like that for the moment at least. Okay, so let's do the same thing for the awesome sink here. Add these in. Like so. Connect these up with one another. Good. And I think this could work, right? If we just bring this over to here. Yeah. These are all connected, that's fine. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit worried. Not sure if I did think about everything here. I should, but yeah, you never know, don't you? So, for now, I'm just going to grab a railing here on the other side. There we go. And we can add in a ladder. Could also add in an elevator at some point, right? But for now a ladder will definitely be enough. Nope. Let's be a little bit more careful. Perfect. Okay, so that should be it, right? Let's hope it works. Let's give this the power it needs. And let's make sure my refineries are powered up as well. And do like this. There we go. So far so good. This one's powered as well. Very nice indeed. And we should soon see, there we go, decent amount of oil coming in, yeah. These guys have started already, which is good. Then we should slowly see oil making its way around. However, Yeah, I need to be a little bit careful. This here... Probably should let this back up a little bit. Now, can you actually... No, you cannot. I would have loved if you could use the underside of the catwalks with the wall connectors, right? That would be amazing. However, what if we put a painted beam in between, like that, and then... Wait a second. Yes, that would work, right? So that's a possibility. Although, doesn't look that good, right? We could also just use a Mark II power pole all the way back here. And all the way back here as well. Yep. And I definitely need to start with those guys, otherwise it's gonna be a bit tricky. But yeah, we can then use... Let's see. Let's grab this guy. Bring it to the back here. And around. Let's do the same thing on this side then. Alright, so this guy. It's all the way around. Let's put into there. Go. Let's start these up as well. And yeah, this will take a decent amount of time, right? Until it will be stable, but we can let this run now. Perfect. But I don't think using the power shards is bad here, by any means. Right? These guys don't bother me with the power shards. But yeah, now we just need to wait until everything is everything until everything is running stable, and we should see. Yeah, there's a lot of resin getting sunk right now, which is a-okay. I say a lot, it's something along the lines of 300, I think, right? Yes, exactly 300, so that's good. That works out. I would say we can return back to base, and we will just see this getting stable out over the course of the next couple of minutes. So, at some point I probably need to do a little cleanup in here, or maybe just add in stuff. I haven't decided yet what's gonna happen here, but so far, everything's okay. I definitely need to find a new spot for the blueprinters, right? I want to move the Mark 1, but I also want to unlock the Mark 2 soon, right? So the blueprinters need a new home. And then I will have a little bit of space there for storage, which is going to be helpful. There we go. Looks quite cool from up here, doesn't it? It does. It takes a bit of space, I know, but like adding another 5 of these guys. Well, we could have added them on top, right? That could have been the solution. If you don't want to use power shards, you just have to build double the amount of generators, which, yeah, you could build them on top of one another. And just do the oil processing on the top floor. I could have done that. But as I said, I don't mind the power shards. Or I don't mind using the power shards right there. I think that's fine. Okay, so then... It's probably full already again, right? Yeah, it is. Cool. Let's get rid of that. Alright, so that means my... Yeah, I really don't like what I've done here last time. I really don't. I think it was a decent idea, right, to expand the power. We had a little dip, but that should be okay quite soon. But yeah, I don't like how this is looking back here. I really don't. Right, it is bothering me quite a bit. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of all of this. It's just it's ugly. It really is. And it has to go. I don't want to have this around anymore. I really don't. I didn't think it would bother me, but I was thinking about it too much lately. And then I was like, do you know what? I don't like this. This should go. So that's what you're doing. Taking all of this away. There we go. Hopefully I didn't... Yeah, I need to be a little bit careful here with dismantling, right? But yeah, we should be okay. Good. So yeah. I don't remember when I had this happen the last time, but sometimes I just have to course correct like this and say, do you know what? It is actually the right thing to do. Even though it is sometimes, not always, right? But sometimes it can be a lot of work. This one here isn't that bad, which is why I figured if I really want to correct this, I should do it just right now. Because now it's done quite quickly, right? So yeah. We are going to make use of this oil. As I said, we are going to use this for some plastic production in a little bit for the computers. But yeah, also like... there we go. Sorry, lost my train of thought. We're going to use it for some plastic production for the computers. And the smokeless powder, right? The overflow that we will have of the byproducts. Instead of sinking them, we are going to use them to get that going. And then, yeah, I mean, we have sulfur in the base, we have coal in the base that we can siphon off, I guess. I need to make sure that that works with the coal, but I figured we should be okay, right? There we go. And there needs to be a little bit of rearranging over here. Yeah, so the sulfur is right there. And we have our coal here, right? This is currently running with 270. Yes, it is. And I want to add in, I guess, just another 60 is what I figured. Yeah, just another 60. which then means this guy here can run on 50%. That's fine. And that just will provide the black powder we need for the smokeless powder, but also a little bit for storage. So I will have 4 things for storage now again with this production line. So yeah, it's a bit close, isn't it? Cutting it really, really close. And that's also why I want to move the blueprinter, right? Because adding in... And this has to go as well, but adding in like a couple of storage containers, maybe back here could work. Then they obviously need their own awesome sink and everything, right? But this is just for the concept of it, right? And we definitely will change this walkway again, which is fine. But that means the blueprinter can't be back there, because this is probably where we are going to make use of other things. We need the copper as well, and you have a lot of smelting to do with the copper and constructors. There's quite a few machines needed to make these computers happen. We also will need like 2 manufacturers for this. But for now, just gonna worry about one of the parts. So stairs need to go. And I will just do something with this. I don't know what yet, honestly. Now, one thing that is a little bit annoying... Well, if we rotate this one around like this, is it still... Yeah, it still clips through, right? So that's a bit of a shame. Might be able just get away with this space-wise. At least I hope so, right? Well, this is probably where the materials are coming in. And yeah, so just have to do something like this, right? Roughly. There we go. That's kind of the gist of how I want to do this. This over as well. Okay. To the plastic that we will have as a byproduct of this, right? We are just going to sink for now and then later use for the computers. I think that's the best way to go about this. At least, as I said, for now. There we go. Then we will have our trusted overflow protection smart splitter array over here. Maybe this will be the... yeah, that's okay. Overflow to the right, I think, should work. There we go. And yeah, I just want to set this up beforehand, right? Okay, so... Ooh, there will be like 80 plastic coming through, but yeah, that will be on a separate line. That's okay. So let's also make sure we do have a merger in front of the awesome sink. Ah, like so. Okay, so the oil, right? And here's the copper. The oil needs to be processed, which means refineries, which means they are poking through everywhere here, right? Dang it. We might get away with grabbing a couple of foundations away here. Like so. Let's find out if I can get away with it. How many do I need? I need 4. 4 refineries that don't poke through the top there, right? This is the maximum height. I might be able to squeeze them in here. But then again, we need 4 more. So it might be time to use pumps for the oil. You have the Mark II pumps now, right? So why not? Why not? Let's bring this back. We can do the black powder up here. Basic, yeah, that makes sense. And then we are going to bring oil around, probably next to copper. Something like this, maybe? That could work, right? Yeah, that could work. And then we obviously have a little bit of a small gap here. But that can be worked around, I think, without too many problems. Okay. Okay. Could also bring the oil up here, actually. But then again, this is where I would like to have the manufacturers set up, right? So I'd have to make use of the space down here. Now, obviously, this will still poke through, though. So what to do? What to do with the refineries? That's rough. That is actually pretty rough to figure out. Maybe we just have to go further back. Maybe that is the play. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, we can shave off a couple of foundations here at some point, potentially. Let's plop down manufacturers. Oh, yeah, we need to make sure we can bring in resources. Okay. Maybe here is fine. I think I was just thinking about 100% clock speed here. Yes. And then we will produce 5 per minute, which hopefully will be enough for a little bit. At least. That is the dream. But yeah. That's roughly how this will shake up, right? Okay. So if I bring the refineries back here, that should be okay, space-wise. I hope so. Let's find out. Okay. Ah, we'll have to add in a little bit more height then. A little bit, yeah, one more. That's enough space for all the refineries we need, right? Yeah. I would assume so. Okay. Now obviously this is not how I want to do this, right? We are just going to grab... Oh. Exit ones. Go. Just probably go with 2-meter ramps. Bring those down. Have the inverted ramps there. Okay. Oops. No. I had to set this back to concrete. There we go. All right. That's good. I'm going to need 120. Oh, hang on. Give me that 2-meter ramp again. I need another one of those right here. There we go. This is more than the 10-meter head lift that we get, right? I think. So we're going to need 120 crude oil. Which means Mark 1 pipeline is all we need. Oh, just a small curve. Yep. Yeah, yes, straight mode. Here. Ah, that clips through the... Yeah, that's what I figured. Just do this then. Might have to take another... Doesn't really matter, but curve, I think, looks pretty decent here. Then we bring it alongside. Roughly like this. To here. Auto did look good. Yeah. I think that's fine. I obviously need to make sure that I have enough head lift, but yeah. Okay, so now we're just going to grab That's too close, isn't it? Yeah. I would love to have like 4 refineries set up here, so plastic, these can be set to 100%, right? And that will produce, as you can see, the 80 per minute that I will need for the computers. So that's fine. Let's set up. Ooh, that was a little bit... That was very close, actually. Hey. That is very close. Let's hope it's not too much of a... No, it's fine. Oh. That worried me for a quick second. It's like, oh, am I too close? But no, we are fine. Okay. And here we can just, yeah, this. Okay. And then, as you can see, we have the heavy oil residue, right? And that will be mixed with some of our black powder to get some smokeless powder going. Okay. Let me just double check everything. I really don't want to mess this up, so... There we go. I think that's about everything, so... Now then, we will get heavy oil residue out of this, right? So... Give it a decent amount of space. And was it this one that is the purple? Yes. Okay. There we go. With that color, I know that this is heavy oil residue. It's another thing, just as I said, a little bit of color coding can help you out if you ever come back to a production line and you're not quite 100% sure what the hell you were doing. This definitely helps. Now, what I should do here is actually use a regular junction at the ends. And I think I'm just going to add the other refineries right here. There's a little bit more of... a little bit more demolition. There we go. Okay. Next set of refineries it is, then. I just wanna, yeah. A little bit of a gap should be there, though, right? And then this is going to be the smokeless powder. And as you can see, just some heavy oil residue and some black powder. So now that I see this, I think... Hang on a minute. We produced 10 heavy oil here. We need 10. We don't need to make this... Don't need to overcomplicate this. Aha. And just bring those over 1 to 1, can't we? Just do this. Okay, yeah, that makes stuff a little bit easier actually, so... Let's hope that this is not too close, because we will have... It is a little bit too close, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Maybe that's better. Yeah, that's absolutely better. Okay. That makes it so much more easy though, right? All we need to do is grab our Mark 1 pipe and just fling it across here. And yeah, I didn't even think about that this could be a 1-to-1 ratio. That completely missed my brain somehow. Okay, now obviously, let's not miss the merger line. And since this will be 80, right, a Mark II belt will be enough. And actually, before we use this in here, right, we are just going to plop down another awesome sink right here for now. That's fine. And maybe place this one right here, right? So let's make sure this is running, which it is. Let's double check. Ah, we still had a little dip in there. Ooh, that is making me a little bit nervous, not gonna lie. Let's hope this doesn't repeat itself. Okay. So for now, take a Mark II lift. Up to here. And just sink the plastic for now. That's all I need to do for this. However, we need to make sure that we bring in smokeless powder, and now you can see that this could become a little bit tricky. So what I want to do is grab myself a splitter that we will use for the merger line, and let's think about this. We put it on top, right? Oh, it does connect in. Ah, well, that's fine then. Well, shouldn't be Mark IV, obviously, but okay. That makes this setup quite easy, doesn't it? It does. I can. There will be 80 coming along, but these here, these can be Mark I. That's fine. Yeah. Like so. That works. Okay. However, we can split that at the source. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. So let's grab a Mark II lift. Like this. There we go. And bring this one along. Yeah. I think it's always hard to say, but I think default looks the best in like a downward or a little slope. Just realized that this, there we go, needs to be colored in, and then I also need to bring the copper, but that can wait. That can wait. That is just, we will need that for the circuit boards. So for now, let's just worry about our smokeless powder. So, okay. We're going to need a little something here pretty soon. Oh look, this actually does connect up to here quite nicely. Ah, okay. Okay, that's not bad actually. Go. There we go. I need 4 assemblers to make this happen, which I think could fit right next to all of this, right? We'll have to do a little bit of trickery with this belt here, which we might need to rearrange that miner to bring the coal over in a bit of a different angle here, but that shouldn't be too much of a big deal. Okay. We could turn the sulfur around as well. And the assemblers definitely have enough space if we align them some way, yeah, somewhere around here. Okay, so black powder, there it is. Four. Now the thing is, we will have one splitter here, and then how did I do this? Yeah, this one. And let's say this is where one of the resources comes in, right? Okay, so pretty easy though. 16 to 30 each, and then 30 into 15 each. And that is the whole splitting. Well, that is absolutely perfectly load balanced with this, which is nice. Okay, merger line here. Take a look, each one of those produces 30, right? So this is already 60. This needs to be Mark II. However, oh no, I can split this very easily in a little bit. Yeah, no, that's fine. We just merge it up. That's no problem. We have the 120 here. And now we just split off 40 for storage and 80. Yeah, so all it is just... I think we've done this in the past, didn't we? Yeah, we could also just merge it up top if we wanted to. But I feel like... Whoops. This is fine as well. Right, so we grab our 120 and we just split 14 to each side. Oh. I'm getting a phone call that I should take. We will in a little bit. I wanted to take a break anyways, right? So I will take a break and call the person back. But yeah, this is basically how this needs to happen. This is my $80 belt, and that's my 40 belt right there. Right. Okay, so we need to do basically the same thing that we've done here for the sulfur as well. Well, let's just grab these guys. Makes it a little bit easier to visualize and set up, right? So all you really need to do is this. And then I did it on this side. Like so. Might get away. With this, yes, these can connect. Oops. Directly into it. Oh, that's cool. And here, there we go. If we take... Yep. That works out. There we go. Let's grab the stackable conveyor pole, like so. And I might actually Try and turn this way around. Oh, haha, yeah, I didn't think about that. That's not really going to be a problem though. Can work through this if we bring the resources up over here. And we could do it somewhat like this. That could work, right? Yes. So we need 60 coal and 60 sulfur. These can be Mark 1s. This one. Yeah. But that lines up perfectly, right? Just need to connect the resources in, and then we will be good to go. Let's jump down here. Let's try. Oh, that's a little bit too close. There we go. Let's try and figure this one out now. I definitely think I need to do a little bit of rearranging here. I just haven't decided where exactly. But this now needs to be 330. Okay. Grab the Mark 3 belt into here. And we use a Mark 1 belt. Get over here. Okay. That should be fully saturated, which it is. This just goes through the floor. That is not how this should work. Okay. That's good. Probably to try and do something like this. That's okay. There we go. That should work. Alright, and here I need to find a way to connect this in, which just found a way. That's good. We could try and get all of this going, right? Yes. Okay. Or we do. This is where I would like to bring the resources up, right? Cool. Plastic is set up, that's good. What's not set up is the smokeless powder. And this will be 80, so let's grab ourselves a couple of merchers, right? And prepare the merching line here. Yeah. Just need to make sure we use a Mark II belt. Well, we can use Mark I here. And for the merching one, we just use... no, that's fine. There we go. So now... should I use... I should use the ceiling here. For this one in particular. Yes. Right there. That's the one. Still a decent amount of space for other belts that we can add in. So I'm not too worried here. bring this over. Aha, that is too far. And also, it needs to be Mark II. I need to be careful about that, right? So, let's grab ceiling mount here, right? That's something, or this also works, right? Yeah. Okay, so this can be Mark II now. I probably could snake this around here, right? Like so. Try and connect this up. Well. Yeah, move this along. Yeah, this one's somewhat strangely orientated the wrong way around. That's because I made a mistake before. There we go. That's all we needed to do. Okay, now let's connect those up again. That's fine. Okay, so smokeless powder set up. Okay. Hang on. Don't forget the black powder. Well, kind of set up actually. We need to make sure this gets brought in like this. Here we go. Bring the 80 over, right. There we go. That goes around, that is Mark II, there we go. Into the manifold it goes. Perfect. We need to make sure to bring over the black powder as well. I probably honestly just want this right next. Did I do this wrong again? I did. I really want it right next to the smokeless powder, right? Makes sense that these two will be... Ooh. Now, I might have to rearrange this Mark II belt now. A tad bit, actually, because... Look. Would make a whole bunch of sense to just do this, doesn't it? Yeah. Still okay to just string this one across like that. There we go. Okay. What am I producing? 40 black powder, stored. 80 smokeless powder, stored. Plastic, sunk until we prepare for the computers. So, I think I'm ready. What I need to find out is... What about the head lift here? Right. I don't think it's gonna be enough, but we will see. I think I will have to add in a pump over there. A Mark I pump is all we actually need here, and I think I'm just preemptively slotting one in. Yeah. Bring a power pole across to this guy. Did I not have, like... I did. There's a couple of these guys. Let's bring those over. Oh, that was bad. Maybe to here. So, grab that one. Over to here. Just hook this up for a quick second, right? Now we should be absolutely safe. Perfect. Let's hook this guy up. 60 sulfur is all we need. Now the coal is here. And this seems to be working fine, yeah. Okay. But, you know what I didn't do though? We need to hook the assemblers up, of course. Here I think I will just... Maybe a little bit cleaner here, mate. Huh? Just tap it. Yeah, but here we will just hook them up top. That's fine. So, string them together. And connect those up. Now they should, yep, they have power. That's good. The sulfur is coming in, the coal is coming in as well, as you can see. So everything should be fine. Let's grab that. Bring this one along to here, and then I think we're just going to use a power pole here, that's fine. Bring another one across. Actually. Whoop! Right there. Yeah. Just hook all of it up. And since there is manifolds that need to warm up, right? And oh look. There we go. Plastic is getting produced and sunk. Awesome. Alright. And obviously we need the black powder here, so... Ooh, I hope the black powder is making its way over soon. Ah, it is. It is making its way over. Cool. Okay, so let's install a couple of the throughput monitors, right? We should see 80 here. We should see 40 up there. 80 on the Mark II. Anything else I need to double check? No. Okay. We are going to take a little break now and let this system run for a little bit, right? Like 5 to 10 minutes. I will make the phone call. I will also take that time to just top off on water. So, thank you, buddy, for the blue power slot. And yeah, once the I would assume 5 to 10 minutes, right? And once we are back, we can take a look if everything worked out the way I've planned it out here. So yeah, be right back. Hey, I'm back. Sorry, that took way longer than expected. That phone call turned into an impromptu support session. There were some problems with the laptop going around, but as you can see, this is now... Why is this producing 60 smokeless powder per minute? I would assume that is a manifold problem, because I had to reset the production while I was on the phone. I completely forgot to add in connections up here, right? So that has been done really quickly off camera while I was supporting my dear sister over the phone with her laptop problems. But yeah, the black powder is definitely working as intended on 40 per minute, and the smokeless powder isn't yet doing what it's supposed to do, because shouldn't this be 80? It should be. Let's hope we don't have any backlog back here. Let's double check. There we go. Oh, plastic is also only 60. Hang on, did I mess this up? No, it should be 80 per minute, actually. Yeah, 4 times 20 is 80, isn't it? So, what is going on here? This is Mark II, right? Yeah. Did I not upgrade one of the belts maybe here? No. That's all good. It is producing here, that gets transported as well. That doesn't seem to be a problem. But I can still only see 60 over there. Huh. How peculiar. Now let's double check here. This is full with black powder. Oh, do we have a little bit of a backlog with the heavy oil residue? Is that what's causing a little bit of stop and go here? They shouldn't be completely full. So it might sort itself out in a little bit. At least I hope so. Now I'm really worried. But belt speeds seem to be fine everywhere else, right? You have the 80 black powder that goes over, so that's good. Let's double check that this is all Mark II. Same goes for the layer lifts. Yeah, this is Mark II as well. So far so good, right? Yeah. Whoop. That's a Mark II. Okay. And that as well. Good. My assumption, maybe I have to drain the heavy oil residue out of these guys a little bit. This one seems to be okay now. Can I even do this? I can. Okay. Maybe that will reset it to a point where everything's fine. Let's do the same thing here. And here as well. I think this one fills up so quickly because of the black powder manifold. So that would explain why this wasn't 80 per minute. We might have fixed it with that. If not, I have to drain the whole production completely. Don't really want to do that, but if I have to, that will fix the problems, right? So far so good. We have the smokeless powder, we have the black powder. It is overflow protected. That is half of the puzzle done. Pretty much. Or like at least one part of it. Oh, let's have a quick nosy around this. So we could also get the explosive rebars. But I really want to get the rifle, right? That is definitely something I want. Like 1,000 rubber, that's not that big of a deal. Oh, I have so many. There we go. 200, 400, 6, 8, 1,000. There it is, right? Good. Motors, we are fine as well. Let's grab a little bit of this. Are we fine on motors? We have 100, we need 250. Hey. Oh. It is what it is. It's fine. We will be able to do the research at least, which is good. And then for the turbo rifle ammo, that will have to wait. Oh, we can unlock inventory slots if we use 50 of our computers. I think I should do this. For sure. For sure. Alright. And then obviously we don't have turbo fuel yet, although I did find a little bit, but that's not enough, right? So that's okay. That's okay. I don't remember where the guided ammo was. That wasn't in quartz or anything, was it? No, I don't think so. The power augmenter could be an unlock that is also decent. I will have to use one of my summer sloops, and then we need to find a whole bunch more to actually build it, right? And we needed a stack of SAM fluctuators, if I saw this correctly. Yep. So we're not gonna be able to build this right now, but that's fine, we have at least unlocked it. Yeah, we need 10 summer sloops for this. But that will be a very nice boost in power, and speaking of power, I would like to quickly check up on my power grids. Still, sometimes it dips, but why? Why would it do that? It really shouldn't, and the only power plant that does this is the newest one, so that is not good news. I'll have to investigate at some point. But yeah, that needs a little bit more monitoring, I guess. Okay, so if we quickly take a look at the computer setups, right, what you need. We need to make sure we get the circuit boards and the cable ready for this. Now, for the circuit boards, we do have the old recipe that will combine silica with copper sheets. Now, I was thinking I might not need as much as I initially figured. Okay, I'm playing around with the numbers here. Can't use more. That maybe 2 point. No, that's too much. Still want a little bit of silica in storage, right? So That isn't a good number for me. 5 circuit ports spare isn't much, is it? But it's probably the best I can do for now. Okay. So that means... whoops. Circuit boards and computers should be our next storage units here. I mean, the circuit boards will be needed for something else, but a little bit later. 5 computers per minute will be the goal. Circuit boards will also be 5. And that leaves still a little bit of silica that goes into storage. So that's good. And we might just grab it off over here to route it alongside the ceiling here, maybe even. And we could route the copper around the ceiling as well, bring it over here. Now what we can do is... let's think this through. Could add in copper production up here, and we should still be able to do everything we want and need. Just leave a little gap here. We are going to need like 6 constructors and 4 smelters, so it's not that much space, right? Should be a-okay. Might have to deal with these trees over here. There we go. Then we can bring the copper over. So we'll clip a little bit into the power pole, but whatever, right? Should be okay to do this. I don't know how much space I actually need right now, so this might be way too much. There we go. And here we could just make sure that this is somewhat closed off, right? So I'm going to need 110 copper ore for this. So this needs to be a Mark II miner then. Set to 110. Let's double check the numbers now. 40 and 70. Ah, so this is still not quite where it needs to be. Okay. Are we looking up here? 80. At least the plastic has sorted itself out, so I would assume the smokeless powder will get sorted out soon as well. Shouldn't be, yeah, that shouldn't be too big of a deal. Okay. So 4 smelters is what I said. I probably just want to bring all of this around, yeah. I mean, we have so much space back here that we can use for this. I don't think I need to limit myself too much. We can still make this look somewhat decent, right? Given the limitations that we have at the moment. Which are mostly space related. There we go. Okay, so let's think this through. Let's grab smelters. Now we can honestly just do a 4-way split back here. That's absolutely fine. So let's set these guys up. Now, obviously, we need like 110 divided by 4, so that's 27.5 per. Right. And then we will have a splitter here, a splitter here, and a splitter right here. There we go. Like so. That's the smelting part of things, right? So we need a Mark II belt. I wanna bring this all the way along, or should I bring this along below? I think it makes more sense if we use a little bit closer, I guess. That connects in, no problem. Alright. And then we can have this guy right there. Wanna make sure I'm able to walk around here a little bit now. Don't want to fall down. Don't die. That would be bad. Okay. And maybe we add in another one right here. That's fine. There we go. Grab ourselves a Mark II lift, a Mark II belt, and let's try and maybe bring this one across. Aha. How am I going to do this? Maybe like this makes more sense. Yep. There we go. Like so. Perfect. Let's grab a merger. And yeah, let's just merge this direction and then that way again. That's fine. Let's Mark II here, and now we need 6 of the constructors. Actually, do you know what we could do? We could do... oh no, yeah. We can load balance this as well, right? So we're going to need 6 of these guys though. That is quite a lot. But it should work. So this is going to be copper sheets. I need 55 divided by 6, basically. Let's hope that that works. And we can even do this. That should be the exact same number, but let's double check if this is more exact. It is more exact. 3333. Aha. Okay. This is the setting we need. If I load balance this, I definitely don't want some of the numbers to be not exactly perfect, right? They all need to be exactly the same. There we go. 9.1 times 6 equals 55.002. Which is bizarre, but yeah. Did I build this too close? Should still be able to get this done, right? Do this, and now what we need is basically this, and this we can bring over top. Over to the other splitter, can't we? One's not perfect. This would work better. Like so. Aha. This is a Mark II power pole. Actually, string that. This can't be a Mark 1 though. Oh, I did build a Mark 3 one. I just want the Mark 1, please. Like that. And these guys can hook it up like that. That's fine. Okay, we could let this run for a little bit. And throw it into an awesome sink, which I feel like is probably best course of action. Just to make absolutely sure that everything's working. And this will be 55 copper sheets at the end of the day, so Mark 1 is all we need. Now, to make this happen quite, don't want to say easily, but maybe a little bit more easy. Right, because this has to come around here at some point. And if you take a look... Oh. Not that far though, hang on a minute. We need to combine this with the silica. And I wanted to have two assemblies, right? So... this should be okay. Yeah, we can bring everything else around, that's good. So it will eventually run into these two assemblers, right? The alternate recipe silicon circuit board. That is what we need. Yes. That is exactly what we need. Okay. Cool. Then we are going to merge our friends here. Like that. They should prioritize. I think that's how I want to do it. I want to prioritize the manifold for the computers with those and send the rest to storage later on, right? So these will have to run into a smart splitter somewhere along a line here. Might be easier to to merge them on the other side actually. I think I like that a little bit more. Then we have a smart splitter somewhere along the line here. But the overflow will go here. And this is going to be the output for a little manifold line here. Okay. I think I want to bring some resources in from below. Like the silica comes in from below. Oh. Yeah, we also need some wire, right? Ah! No! I need more copper than I am using right here. I need to make 40 happen somehow. Shoot, that's not good. Can I split that off easily? Not really. So we might have to switch over to some manifolds again. Ah, crap. No way, how did I not see that? I forgot about the wire constructors, which we also need. I don't reckon we have more copper nearby, don't we? That would make it much more easy though. We could just bring along... It's like 580 meters. Ah, that's a bit much. That changes everything though. Yeah, that makes it very, very stupid what I've done here. This might all change way more than I anticipated. So, sadly, you have to redo pretty much everything here. Ah, shit. I'm so sorry. That's my bad. Well, everything regarding the copper setup here, which, now that I'm thinking about it, this, yeah, no. Let's just replace everything. Makes it easier to do, or makes it harder to make mistakes with stuff that's already been here. It's always tricky, and sometimes you end up with mistakes you wouldn't make if you place everything anew. That's what I'm hoping here. There we go. That's okay. Okay. Let's sure these guys are back. Back in place. Okay. So then, that means we even need to overclock this. To 150 per minute, which then means all the belts need to be Mark III. Or it won't work. Same goes for the lifts here, right? And we might rearrange this one in a quick second. So, all right, that's a bit sad. We need 150. That makes the smelting a little bit easier though, doesn't it? Because if you think about this, that might be a bit close actually. Let's push this back just a tad bit. And also maybe have it in line with this somewhat. There we go. Right? If we just put down 5 of those, then we have our 150. And we are just going to use a manifold here. Just like that. There we go. That's fine. That is still fine. Let's make sure the connection here is Mark 3. This can be Mark 1, that's absolutely a-okay. Actually going to disconnect this for a quick second here. There we go. All of these guys up. There we go. Mark 3 output, and now we are setting up our copper sheets as well as the wire production, right? Because we need both of those, which I completely messed up, right? We need the wire for the computers, we need the copper sheets for the circuit boards. So the circuit boards are more important in the beginning. So I might... set this up this way around again. So, let's see. We needed 55. Normally we would produce 10. We have 6 machines. There is our clock speed. We will have 3 of those like this. And 3 of those turned the other way around. And at the end of each one of those, we will have the wire, right? So, wire, we need 80. So we could just overclock both of those to 40 per minute. Not the best idea though, but also not the worst. Yeah, and then... Ooh, that is quite close, isn't it? It is... It's okay. It's okay. It works. So yeah, this can all be Mark 1. And the connection will still use a Mark 3 belt here. There we go. That is all our copper ingots. Now then, we are going to... Yeah, let's add in a foundation here. Going to use these guys at the end here, right? Our wire. We are going to merge them over here. Maybe we need a decent amount of space for this. Like so. Definitely need a little bit more space than I anticipated, which is pretty usual, isn't it, for this game? You always need more space than you initially thought. And for now, just to make this look a little bit, or to secure it a little bit, I don't want to fall down all the time. Even though with the jetpack now it's not that big of a deal, isn't it? But still. Cool, okay. So, we also need to merge up the other lines, right? So what I'm thinking is this. And here on the other side as well. Want a decent amount of space around the elevator there, or the lift, so I don't get into trouble. Then we can just bring this along side here and into this merger line as well. And that will be the copper sheets. Okay, I guess we can still have the assemblers over here then. It's a bit crammed, that's true, but it's fine, it's fine. And they will just run on 100% clock speed, as we had it before. To use splitter here. And one splitter probably just right here. Should be a bit further back then. That can be Mark 1. Okay. That can be either the silica or the copper sheets, right? But I would assume, or I will assume and decide it's going to be the silica, which will come in at a pace of 55 per minute. Although, yeah, this needs a smart splitter in front at some point as well. But yeah, so this can... Let's rearrange this one. There we go. Bring over all these juicy copper sheets. And we probably need... How much can you do with a Mark III power pole? I always forget. It's 10. I see. That works out fairly nicely here, because you have 8 machines and 1 connection. Still fine. Bring this over there. Alright, so that means probably okay to put one here, here, and maybe we want to bring this all along like this. I think that's okay. Here and then right there. Okay, so let's double check. Yep, that will be our 80 wire per minute, right? Oh, we definitely need to up this, like so. And that means we now know that we can use that height for one of the splitters, right? That just connects in quite nicely. There we go. Let's bring the Mark II belt all the way back. No, that's not quite it. This can be a Mark I belt because... Glad I caught that. We don't need the wire. What we need is cable. Really glad I caught that. There we go. We can't just do this. There we go. Set this to cable, and we just need 20 in each one of those. Didn't paste. It did now. Perfect. And merge this here. A Mark I belt, or lift and belt, there we go. Now we can bring it along. That will go into the manufacturers for the computers. Right, there it is. Awesome. Now then, we're also going to need a setup for the plastic. So we know I could just string this across potentially. Let's have a quick look. That connects in nicely. And that should be... we should be able to connect this, right? Oh, well, I could. I placed this one correctly, so we would just delete this. There we go. Like so. Now we connect this in, yep. And all we have to do is redirect the plastic over to this input, and we are fine. Right, and as you can see, now we just need the circuit boards, and we can do the circuit boards alongside basically the ground floor here, right? Like so. And the circuit boards will be set up here. Like so. But we are going to take ourselves a smart splitter. Let's just put one right there. That's not good. Put it here. And grab the overflow. And that one now needs to go over to our storage. Which would be this one. I think we are just going to bring this along roughly in a manner like this. So yeah, we can use this one alongside here. Maybe even bring it over a little bit so you can watch it from above. That looks quite cool, doesn't it? I like that. Okay, let's set up a left floor hole here. Like so. find that said floor hole again. Oh! That's not good. Okay. That's okay though, because just gonna go further back then. Yeah, that is okay. Alright. Well, that actually lines up correctly as well, doesn't it? Yeah. Kind of, sort of. It's doing some weird things there. Ah, of course it does. Now it won't. Aha! Okay. And plop in a monitor right there for now. There we go. Right, now let's make sure that this is set up, that the overflow can go into storage. That will take a while though. That will take a while, right? And now we can set up our storage for the computers, which we have to string along a little bit. Let's set that up from this side first. I want to bring them along so it doesn't clip into anything, right? That is my main concern here. Which means they would have to curve around here. And actually, this works. This works fine. Where did I put that throughput monitor? All the way back here. Yeah. Okay. Quickly grab that one, just to make sure we have one set for the computers as well. And what else do we need to set up? The whole shebang for the circuit boards, right? These need the other inputs. That works. That was the silica, if I recall correctly. Yep. Okay, this can be a similar system to what we have here already, right? So probably honestly just gonna use this as a merging point again. Perfect. No. We need to make sure that this is a smart splitter. For now, we just say any undefined, right? And that's okay. Can I take these away for a quick second? How could we route this so it doesn't interfere too much? Probably around here somewhere. We could also... This would be the best, I think. So, we can grab maybe this, as well as this. Right, this can be Mark 1. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Why? Don't need to do this. that though. Have the merger line up there. Yep, that can be the overflow. Get set. Oh, wait. Nope, that's the correct storage line. Oh my god. That worried me for a quick second there. Okay. So let's make sure now that this gets brought alongside. Oh! It's a bit far down. It needs... Oh, shoot. What would be the easiest way to do this, actually? Probably... I see. This is going to be a problem. Didn't think this through correctly. Oh, well, no, wait. We can make it work. Just need to change the course a little bit right here. Then we can bring it alongside here. And then it will work out again. Ah, ha ha! Problem is, right, this is a very, very long line, so it will take an immense amount of time until you have overflow silica. That's okay. That's absolutely okay. I can actually already set this up already. That's absolutely fine. Maybe we do this. At least for this amount of space, maybe a bit more. Yeah, just so it can flow along a little bit quicker, right? We don't need to go all the way. There we go. But that should help at least a little bit. So, this has been stable on 80 now. I'm really curious about these numbers now. Ah, see, now they've stabilized. So, yeah, now we know that manifold is running correctly. So we have our 80. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Right. I think that's everything. I believe that is everything prepared. I probably want to wait for a little bit of silica before I start the production, but on the other hand, I probably should just fire off most of the things, not all of them, but most of them. We will wait on these two manufacturers. Everything else... Everything else should potentially be started at least, right? Please tell me I've set this up correctly here. Otherwise it's gonna be a long day of trying to figure out what went wrong. Okay, so... for now... guys can be connected to this. Same goes for these two guys, right? There we go. And I think should get their juice. Now this is okay. Just need to make sure I always double check the connection there. Or sorry, the connection, the power production. Let's give this guy here power. Oh look, silica is coming through. Probably need to make sure, or oh, this is actually a Mark III. Okay. Definitely gets throttled a little bit. Now this is a problem, but we can solve that. Okay. So far so good. Now we can see the silica coming in. Yep. Well, let's just hope I did everything correctly, because if not, it's going to be painful. But yeah, here we go. Let's get manifolding. Ah, there we go. This is already starting to work. That's what we like to see. But we just have to let this run for quite a while, I would assume. Maybe we will use that to cook some food or something. That is definitely something that needs to happen. I can see copper sheets. Yep. Do you know what also would make sense though? Glad I caught that. Although this one will... that's not good. No, 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 no. Let's do this that way around. Shall we? Much better. Okay. We see silica, we see copper sheets, we see a little bit of cable coming along. That needs time to warm up, that's fine. But this is definitely looking much, much better. This will soon start to produce the first couple of circuit boards. Ah, that's exciting. That is always like some of these productions, right? They are such a huge step if they just start to produce on a little bit. They don't need too much, just a bit, right? And then once they're up and running and every manifold has filled up and everything, right, you will just have a constant production. And over time, it is more than you actually need, right? For the most part. Now, 5 computers per minute, probably not gonna be enough. But I mean, we could SummerSloop them, so yeah. If needed, right? We will see, we will see. We can see our first circuit boards. That is exciting. Now, I didn't check for everything here, but I mean, it will take a little bit of time until the cable comes in. First thing we should... No, let's just actually hook those up to power now. Go, cable is coming along. We'll need 20 per minute. That is not yet 20 per minute, which is fine, I guess. Next up, probably gonna be the best to bring this one up, isn't it? It's not quite where it needs to be, but I don't want this to back up too much, so for now it needs, it's all that we can do, realistically, which is okay. So now then, no longer need that awesome sink right there. And this one's not set up yet. Yeah, now, since everything, yeah, it's a bit scary, not gonna lie. We could still run into problems with some backing up and stuff, but at least the circuit boards seem to come in at a pace where we should be okay. It's just the cable. The cables are in a bad spot at the moment, I know. Right, because the wires at the end here and overclocked. Probably should have been at the start, but now we should just be able to let this run without too many issues, and at some point we will even see circuit boards storage, and the silica will probably back. That's a lot of backup, so I think it's enough Mark III belts for now. Something's not working out here though. Why? Shouldn't that just merge and be okay? Okay, listen. This happens sometimes. Just reattach all the belts and check if the same thing happens. Much better, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, much better. I'm actually surprised at how good this seems to work so far. We will see though. We will see. Good stuff. Okay. Nothing has yet appeared. Now these things, do I need those? How many depots can I actually build? A couple. So, I mean, computers will definitely be something that I want in my dimensional depot. These guys, probably not, but it's just gonna be easier if I want to do something about them, right? If I want to craft with them or anything like that. So black powder and smokeless powder both gets pinned now. That's good. So far so good. I should manually upload another stack of screws just so everything's correctly done there. And also, now that I'm thinking about it, you could automate the screws honestly as well, but nah, it's fine. It is fine. Okay. Heavy modular frames are coming in as well in a decent cadence. I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out, not gonna lie. All should be fine. Have more smokeless powder on me. Oh yeah, we should probably try and craft the rifle, right? I mean, we've done the research. Let's craft one of these guys. And let's set up a little, probably summer sloop, the rifle ammo, shouldn't I? I really should. Okay. So, let's get an assembler. With our sloops. Rifle ammo. Okay. How many do I want to actually? How much of this do I want to set up? Potentially do something like this, right? Yep. Let's just grab. Wow, this is almost full. Let's grab like 500 of the smokeless powder. Then throw in a whole bunch of copper sheets. And we will see if we want to craft more in the future, right? So let's throw these in here. Oh, well, doesn't matter. It's fine. Throw these in here as well. Pick this up. And now rifle ammo will be crafted, which is awesome. I still have a lot of rebar, which we might just recraft into explosive rebar, right? Switch this out with the rifle. So that way we would still have a use for it. For the rebar, I mean. Yeah, now we do have the rifle. Don't remember how much ammo it holds in one mag. I think it's 50? No, it's only 15. Oh! Ah, that's the other ammo. It's the other ammo that I had in my mind. It's fine. How much is the stack of those? 250? Oh, even more. Whoa. Probably 300 or 500 even. That's a-okay. Alright, so I'm not sure if we have produced a computer yet. I would hope so, because that's exactly what I was worried about. Plastic. I know I am producing exactly what I need, right? However, I think it might be smart to grab a smart splitter. That actually does line up. So, you know what? 2. Just should also place the smart splitter correctly. Right side is any. The left side will be overflow, middle will be none. This should now line up. Alright, so there it is. For now at least, right? Just so we don't get any backup here, because that's gonna be very unhealthy. We just make sure we sink the excess plastic, which seems strange, but once all the manifolds have warmed up and the cable is coming in at a decent pace, well, the pace it needs basically, we shouldn't need that awesome sink anymore. However, for now, until everything works, I definitely want to have them. There's the first couple of computers, look. Probably 32 in our... So, yeah, I think those might have been some of the initial crafts there, which is awesome. There we go. Like, we will have a decent amount of ammunition. Yeah, it's 500. That's good to see. Definitely also should really quickly just do this. Now, don't you worry. We will take this down soon. So the 500 in there, 500 in there, or actually just grab 500 and the rest can go. So yeah, we will fill the depot up and then dismantle it and store the rest in there. And that should be good, right? And now with the black powder as well stored up here, right? We can easily craft new Nobelisks as well, which I don't think I need to automate. That's okay. I think it makes more sense to use this looped machine for this. Cool. Yeah, and as I said, circuit boards, that will just take a little while. Let's clean my inventory up a little bit. And I think, you know what, I will do it for the screws. I didn't want to for the longest time, but you know what? We're going to do it. We are adding in absolute same system. For our screws as well. Do I think this is needed? No. Not really, but you know what? If everything is the same, I do like it a bit more. So yeah, now this can fill up. And that means we can pin the screws as well. Right, there we go. Okay. Awesome, that really has been the most dreaded thing for the moment, is the computer production. I really feared this one. Well, feared is the wrong word, but like I didn't look forward to it. As you can see, we need like 150 computers to get the last 2 milestones out of tier 6. Let's also check how are we looking on modular engines. We have 400 already. Shall we throw the 400 into the space elevator, since my inventory is a bit cleaner at the moment? Probably. Oh, that does clip through. I have to do something over here, I just don't know what yet. Put them in there, so now we know we only need 100 and 100 adaptive control units. Which those ones I might just throw into a crafting system and not fully automate, although I have a feeling that you need them for something else, but then you don't need it afterwards, so nah, well, we'll see. It might be worth automating them, but it might also not be worth, right? So let's take like 1,000 rounds with us. Let's give this rifle a quick little test. There should be a hard drive site nearby that I think I forgot to mark. Yeah. I forgot to put down a marker. But I thought it was somewhere around my base here. Just don't remember if it was down below or up above. But let's check. I think there was one below here somewhere, although I remember running through this, but I'm so unsure now if we found all of them. Oh, look. This is the one I missed. Aha! And now we can use the rifle. Awesome. I like the rifle. I really do. Even without the 60 megawatts. Sure, no problem. No, let's just use the blueprint. That's why I made it. Power. 120 megawatt booster. There it is. Thank you very much. Awesome. I mean, I will need the hard drive anyways, right? Let's see, is there anything else to dismantle? Yep. Let's grab the rest. Resources. I think I might picked up most of the resources, but didn't bring any anything to open up the drop pod. But that's fine. Okay. Cool. I think that was the closest one anyways. Yeah. It just bothered me. I knew there was one around that I didn't get. Because I saw it, but then I forgot where it was exactly. Which, hey, that just happens sometimes. Ooh. Way over here I can. Awesome. Okay. That's the rifle tested as well. We have our smokeless powder, we have our black powders, we have our computers and circuit boards set up, which this will take a while, right? Till this all runs at the clock speeds they should, but yeah, as you can see, it's currently saying 2 per minute or 3, which I figured it's roughly around half on, half off in the production, so that's to be expected. Cadaisy. Very cool. 49 now. Yeah, I definitely need to let this run for a while. And you can see, smokeless powder is already backed up, which that's good to know. Black powder probably also won't take much longer. Oh well. They can store a lot more. And then, yeah. These systems are all in place. Still a little bit of plastic, as you can see, that goes into the sink, so I'm so glad I did that, by the way. If I wouldn't have done that, I would have had this whole production line breaking down at some point, which that's not something I want. The copper sheets, though, as you can see, that seems to have stabilized. What hasn't stabilized, yeah, are the overclocked wire constructors. But that's okay. This is definitely more stable cable than it was before. Why does that make me laugh, huh? But yeah, it is just a cable in these manifold, or not these manifolds right here, because these are just load balanced basically, but the manifold back with the copper. Once that has fully warmed up, we will be absolutely good to go. And yes, I am absolutely, completely happy with that. And we didn't need to cut into most of the plastic production that is set for storage, right? Which I like. I wouldn't mind taking away like the 15 like there, or 20 or 50 or something, but like 80? Oh no. And yeah, I much rather have this used in this way, right? Than with the power plant that I built here, that we dismantled today in the beginning, right? I like this more. I think it makes more sense this way. Let's also really quickly just do something like this over here. And take away a couple of foundations here as well. Oh, okay, yeah. Just double check back here. There's a couple of foundations that need some cleanup, but otherwise, yeah, that is definitely a cleanup job well done. We have our new power plant, which I like much, much more. It's much cleaner. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. And as for getting a walkway up to there, we might even do this all the way over here. At some point. Oh, crap. Probably should do something like this over here, shouldn't I? There we go. Let's have a quick little glance down here. Yeah, see, this is so backed up still. Which is good, which means it didn't get used. Well, now it really shouldn't get used, because now we are on 9.8k. That's good. Look at how much we are using. So it's crazy, almost half, right? And every time I upgrade, I end up right there, back right there again. Thanks, buddy, for the copper sheets. It's very kind of you. We probably could get rid of this production soon, because this will hold us over for a long time, I would assume. And I kind of want these summer sloops back, right? So, yeah. I might just grab these, the single one here, right? And let this produce until it's finished. And then definitely dismantle everything. But yeah, I'm very happy that I found a use for the sulfur that we had in our base, right? I'm so happy that we have the rifle, the computers, some circuit boards to spare, although if you think about this, it's a high-speed connectors it was, right? We could do one production with this, maybe, although we will need more Caterium and more silica. But we might be able to set this up at some point. Oh look, silica has definitely backed up all the way, yeah. But it is always using, if it needs to use some, right? So that works out fairly nicely in my opinion. I might just need to actually go ahead and upgrade more of this to Mark III. But it seems to work, right? It seems to... having said that though, they were almost full. I think it's just thanks to the frequency of this tractor. I think that's what's keeping this running. So I think we're good. I think we are good. Let's make a little... Yep, that is set to overflow. Perfect. And still see a little bit of plastic getting sunk, and yeah, that is definitely the wire. Okay. Well, that definitely means goals reached for the moment. There is obviously more that I would like to achieve, but like, wasn't one of the milestones just 50 computers? Yeah, it was. Yeah. Awesome. I mean, we will be able to just completely take care of the milestones here, right? And then all we need to do, wait for the modular engines, make sure the adaptive control units are getting produced, and we will be very much going towards the next phase. Which is insane now that I'm thinking about it. Wow. It just goes to show that you often would, if you spend way more time decorating your builds and stuff, right? This is not a pace that you can keep up, obviously. If you want to have nice decorated things, that's just not how it's going to work out, right? Store up the motors. So yeah, that would be where a lot of the time goes. However, if you just focus on getting the stuff going, go quite far, quite quickly, which is, I said, I'm so often surprised at how far you can go in this game if you just sit down and play for a little bit, and then suddenly you're like, oh wait, what? I came that far? Okay, that's interesting. It's quite cool. It is quite cool in my opinion. There we go. A little bit of concrete. There we go. Are we looking here? Still have so much of those. Okay. That's enough, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think I need that much ammo for now, at least. Although, I mean, we could craft a little bit more at least. Let's go over and grab, like, I don't know, a couple more stacks of smokeless powder. I mean, we do have enough of that lying around, don't we? We probably should make use of it. Want a stack of this on me as well as a couple of stacks. These guys, like so. So yeah, instead of doing what I normally do, which is shut the game down until I do something else, I will just leave it in the background running while I will cook myself a nice little meal, and we will pick up again in the afternoon, hopefully. Now, it shouldn't take me too long, maybe 1.5 to 2 hours. And once we are back, we will probably have enough ammo. Yeah, this is still uploading, right? So we will have this full, and we will have a decent amount in this container that we can rearrange and store how we see fit. So I will position myself somewhere where I'm safe, so probably the hub. And I will just let this run a little bit. But yeah, we will end the stream for now. As I said, I will be back in like 1.5 to 2 hours. I will also think about what I want to do, probably taking a look at the adaptive control units and take a quick glance at what we actually need to make that happen. But yeah, this is it for now. As I said, we'll be back soon. Thanks for joining me. See you soon. Take care. Bye.